We'll continue. I need to discuss your doubts tomorrow. I'll listen for your doubts. Discuss your doubts again or no? Am I audible to everyone?
Sir, your voice is low.
Am I audible to everyone now? Somebody respond whether my voice is more clear now.
Yes, sir.
I think it should be better now. Mother madam, I made a co-host.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sorry, just a minute. I think it is better now. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for this. Okay. Have I clarified any doubts in definite integrals for you? Up to where?
Till 38 you discuss. You clarified.
Or till 38 I discussed. Okay, that's good. Okay, then I'll discuss later. What the last thing yesterday I discussed? Anybody remembers? Do I need to discuss 57?
59th one is done, sir.
59 finished, sir.
59 finished. So let us go from 61 onwards. Okay. Okay, so today evening KVPY 2019 paper discussion is there. So those who applied or those who want to apply or want to listen, they can attend. I sent the link and all already. So 61, 0 to 2 integer part of x square dx. All of you know integer part, greatest integer function. First year you used in functions so many times. If it is a number is between 1 to 2, integer part is 1. If a number is between 2 to 3, integer part is 2. If a number is between -3 and -2, integer part is -3. Basically, less than this, there are a lot of integers. Among them, the greatest integer. I don't want to explain the details of that. But now, this will be sometimes 1, sometimes 2, sometimes 3. So I have to break the integral. One may ask where to break the integral, how to know. Wherever x square becomes integer, there you have to break the integral. Between 0 to 2, wherever x square becomes integer, at those x values, you have to break the integral. That is 0 to 1 integer part of x square dx. Integral 1 to root 2 integer part of x square dx. Integral root 2 to root 3 integer part of x square dx. Integral root 3 to 2 integer part of x square dx. Why did I break at root 2, 1 and root 3? When x is between 0 to 2, x square will be between 0 to 4. Between 0 to 4, x square, the integers are 1, 2, 3. So I have to break the integral wherever x square becomes 1, wherever x square becomes 2, wherever x square becomes 3. The corresponding x values are 0, root 1 is 1, root 2, root 3, 2. So when x is between 0 to 2, at all these numbers, the square of that becomes integer and I have to break there. Why I need to break, you'll understand. When I take x between open interval 0 to 1, x square will be between what to 1? What to what? Anybody?
0 to 1.
0 to 1. And any number between 0 to 1, what is the integer part? 0, right? So it will be integral 0 to 1, 0 dx. Next, if x is between 1 to root 2, x square will be between 1 to 2. If any number is between 1 to 2 open interval, integer part will be 1. So here I have to write 1 to root 2, 1 dx. When x is between root 2 to root 3, x square will be between 2 to 3. If a number is between 2 to 3, integer part of that will be 2. So it will be integral root 2 to root 3, 2 dx. And root 3 to 2. When x is between root 3 to 2, x square is between 3 to 4. And when number is between open interval 3 to 4, integer part is 3. Okay, so this is 0. One integral is x with the limits of 1 to root 2. Two integral is 2x with the limits root 2 to root 3. So 3x root 3 to 2. After integration is easy for all numbers. Mainly recognizing where to break and during that interval what is happening. If somebody has not understood, I'll explain in detail once again, not a problem. Please let me know. Please try to understand. If anybody has doubt, please ask. Root 2 minus 1 plus 2 root 3 minus 2 root 2 plus 3 2 are 6 minus 3 root 2. 6 minus 1 is 5. Root 2 minus 2 root 2 is minus root 2. 2 root 3 minus 3 root 3 is minus root 3. Okay, so main point is integer part of x square value can be 0, can be 1, can be 2, can be 3, can be 4, can be 5, whatever it is. So in what interval it is 1? When x square is between 0 to 1, it will be 0. When x square is between 1 to 2, it will be 1. When x square between 2 to 3, it is 3. When x square is between 3 to 4, it is 3. Okay. It cannot be more than 4 because x is between 0 to 2. X square will be between 0 to 4. These are the x square values. What are the corresponding x values? Okay. So I took 0 to 1 interval, 1 to root 2, root 2 to root 3, root 3 to 2. And x is between 0 to 1, x square is also between 0 to 1, integer part is 0. When x is between 1 to root 2, x square is between 1 to 2, or a number between 1 to 2, integer part is 1. When x is between root 2 to root 3, x square is between 2 to 3, integer part of that is 2. And similarly, when x is between root 3 to 2, integer x square is between 3 to 4, integer part is 3. How does this normal integration and this? Likit, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, am I erasing this whole thing? Okay, Meghna, you understood this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, 63. Integral minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 integer part of x plus integral minus 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x. Take a sum of this way, just separate it. Okay, this one I'm going to write a minus 1 by 2 to 0 integer part of x dx plus 0 to 1 by 2 integer part of x dx. Basically because after 0 integer part is 0, before 0 integer part is minus 1, I have to split it. This, anybody want to tell what is the answer for this determinant?
Zero, sir, as it's odd function.
0, sir.
Yeah, this is 0 because it is odd function. Okay, f of x is equal to log 1 plus x by 1 minus x is an odd function. Okay, if somebody want to know how to prove it, if f of minus x is log 1 minus x by 1 plus x, log a by b, you can write minus log b by a, will be 1 plus x by 1 minus x, which is a minus f of x. Or if you want, you can write 1 plus x by 1 minus x whole power minus 1. And log a power n is n log a, so we'll get a minus log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x. This is minus f of x. So that is a odd function, it is 0. Coming to this, you take anything between 0 up to minus 1, integer part is minus 1, this is a subset of that. So minus of to 0, it will be minus 1 dx. Between 0 to 1, up to 1 it is 0, up to 1 by 2 also it is 0. Okay, this integral is minus x with minus 1 by 2 to 0, this is directly 0. When you put 0, it is 0. When you put this minus of minus 1 by 2, which is finally minus 1 by 2. Anybody any doubt regarding 63? Okay, no doubt. Those who have the book, they can try 65. Okay. 65. Integral 1 to 3 integer part of pi by x. When I put 1, it is pi by 1. Or I can take pi by x as t also. Let us take a pi by x equal to t. X equal to pi by t. And x is 1, t is 5. And x is 3, t is equal to pi by 3. And here dx is taking pi by x is not good, not required. You can do it, and this is the dt will come, why to avoid. Okay, let me draw some idea, we'll get a graph maybe. I want to take y equal to pi by x graph between 1 and 3. At 1 it is pi. At 3 it is pi by 3. So as x is changing from 1 to 3, pi by x values are changing from pi by 3 to pi. Pi by 3 is pi is approximately 3.14. By 3 it is 1 point something. So this is around 1 point, this is 3 points. So in between somewhere 2 will be there. Somewhere 3 will be there. Okay. So please understand, as x is changing from 1 to 3, pi by x is changing from pi by 3 to pi. In between these are the two integers. So I have to break the integral at such an x value where this pi by x becomes integer. What are the corresponding those numbers? One is pi by 2 and this one is pi by 2. This is pi by 2. This one is pi by 2. So I have to break the integral pi by 3 and pi by 2, which is between 1 and 3. Okay, so this I want to write integral 1 to pi by 3 integer part of pi by x dx. Earlier I took pi by x as t, you can do based on that also answer will come, nothing wrong. And between pi by 3 to pi by 2 integer part of pi by x dx plus integral pi by 2 to 3 integer part of pi by x. Okay. Hey Monica, can you tell me in this between when x is between 1 to pi by 3, what will happen to this value? Integer part of pi by x. Monica, are you there in the class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When x is between 1 to pi by 3, what is the integer part of pi by x? You can put x equal to 1 here, x equal to pi by 3 here. You get two numbers. It will be
When
between
x
them.
is 1, integral part of pi will be 3.
I am not asking at 1, what is the integer part? When x is between 1 to pi by 3, see this number is between what and what? Open interval, not closed. This integration is always open interval. In that open interval, what is the integer value, integer part of this? Pi value is approximately 3.14.
Sir, 3.
Okay. You can see here, when x is between, yeah, we're talking about this now. When x is between 1 to pi by 3, the corresponding pi by x values are between 3 and pi. When you put 1, it is pi, which is 3.14. When you put pi by 3, it is 3. So the values are between 3.14 to 3. Any number between 3 to 4, integer part is 3. So this is integral 1 to pi by 3 dx. Next, coming to this. When you put pi by 3 here, this will become 3. When you put pi by 2, it will become 2. So as your x is changing from here to here, this pi by x is changing from 2 to 3. So anybody can tell, not a problem. What the integer part will be?
3x.
It will be 2. So integral pi by 3 to pi by 2 is 2 dx. You can see here, when we are in this interval, the corresponding interval is this. When a number is between 2 to 3, integer part is 2. That is the very reason we broke the integral there. Coming to this, integral pi by 2 to 3. Okay. When we are between pi by 2 to 3, it is between pi by 3 and 2. And pi by 3 is 3.14 by 3. So 3 4 are 12. 1.04 or something, roughly. So if a number is between 1.04 to 2 during that interval, what is the integer part?
1.
1. Okay. It is not a difficult question. You have to see when x is between 1 to 3, it is changing from pi by 3 to pi, 1.04 to 3.14. In that, what are the integers 2 and 3? What are the corresponding x values? We have to break the integral, and in each of them, you have to see. Anybody, any doubt so far?
Sir, explain the graph once again. Sir.
Oh, graph is y equal to 1 by x graph will be like this, a decreasing function. Okay. Now, these are the x values, these are the y values. My x values are changing from 1 to 3. Instead of 1 by x, I took the graph of pi by x. You can take 7 by x, 100 by x, 1000 by x. Y equal to some k by x will be more or less like this, a decreasing function. When x is 1, the corresponding pi by x value. You don't need the graph actually. Okay. You can just see when x is 1, what is this value? Pi. When x is 3, what is the value? Pi by 3, 1.04. Between 1.0 to this, what are the integers? 3 and 2. What are the corresponding x values? When pi by x is 3, x should be pi by 3. That's why we're breaking there. When pi by x is 2, x should be pi by 2. That's why we're breaking. I just drawn the graph so that you'll get an idea, but you don't need the graph. You have to observe these values are changing from what to what as x is changing. In that, what are the integers? In those integers to attain what must be the corresponding x values. There you have to break, which you can see here. When x is changing from 1 to 3, as your x value increases from 1 to 3, pi by x value started with this and decreased up to here. From 3.14, it came down to 1.04. In between, number 3 is there, number 2. These are the integers. The corresponding x values are, when you equate it to y equal to 3, x will come pi by 3. When you put x equal to 2, y will come pi by 2. That's why I have to break. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dhanush, is it okay for you? Okay. So for 3, integral is 3x. If somebody want to take pi by x as t and do it also, it will come easily. You will be able to know where to break the integral easily then. 3x from 1 to pi by 3. 2x from pi by 3 to pi by 2. X from pi by 3 to. This is pi minus 3. This is pi minus 2 pi by 3. This is 3 minus pi by 2. So minus 3 and plus 3 somehow they got cancelled here. Pi plus pi 2 pi. Minus 2 pi by 3, 4 pi by 3, minus pi by 2. 5 pi by 6 is cancelled. Anyone else have any other doubt regarding 65? Anushree, you understood 65? Still, lot of people 1 to 38 even numbers. You have not submitted homework. I don't understand what is going on. You're there in the class. I'm sending the recording. Somebody is sending the notes. This is there also for exam portion. Still, you are not submitted. All right. Okay, 67. Integral 0 to pi mod cos theta minus sin theta dt. You know, mod x, sometimes we can write plus x and sometimes we can write minus x. So we have to know when this is positive and this is negative. Between 0 to pi, it is not always positive. I want to draw both cos and sine between 0 to pi. Between 0 to pi, the graph of cos is like this. The graph of sine is this one. This is y equal to sin x. This is y equal to cos x. And they'll intersect at pi by 4. So up to pi by 4, cos is higher than sine. After pi by 4, sine is higher than cos. So obviously I have to break integrate pi by 4 because whether this is positive or negative. Maybe I can write here. Cos theta is greater than sin theta for x belongs to 0 to pi by 4. That is cos theta minus sin theta is greater than, and cos theta is less than sin theta for x belongs to pi by 4 to pi. That is cos theta minus sin theta is less than 0. So this all just to decide when it is positive and when it is negative. So obviously I need to break the integral at pi by 4. So 0 to pi by 4 mod cos theta minus sin theta plus integral pi by 4 to pi mod cos theta minus sin theta dt. During this interval, this is a positive, so mod will be removed. So it will be 0 to pi by 4 cos theta minus sin theta. Integral pi by 4 to pi, it is negative, and mod x equal to minus x. I can even write that. Mod x equal to x if x is greater than or equal to 0, minus x if x is less than 0. So between pi by 4 to pi, it is minus of cos theta minus sin theta because the inner part is negative. Cos theta integral is sin theta minus sin theta integral is cos theta. With 0 to pi by 4. Here we'll get minus of sin theta minus cos theta. It's pi by 4 to pi. When I put pi, I'll get 0 plus minus 1. So when I put pi by 4, 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2. When I put 0, it will be 0 plus 1. Here, when I put pi, It is minus 0 minus minus 1. When I put pi by 4 minus 1 by root 2 minus 1 by 2. Okay, this is root 2, this is minus 1, this is plus 1. This is a plus root. Minus 1 plus 1 got cancelled, 2 root. Okay, 67. Main part is understanding when is cos theta minus sin theta positive and negative. That is that pi by 4, that change is there. And then mod x equal to x when x is positive and mod x equal to minus x when x is negative. After normal integration. Anybody still any doubt regarding 67? All right, I'm going to erase. Anybody wants more time?
Sir, wait, sir.
Okay. Lilapon, till now all the previous questions are clear today?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I wrote, sir.
Okay. Okay, 69. Right in the question only they mentioned f of x is equal to x. If x is less than 1 and x minus 1 if x is less than equal to. Now 0 to 2 x square f of x dx by 1. Obviously, you have to break the integral at 1 because f of x definition is changing at 1. Whether to write this or this depends on your interval. So I'm going to write this as 0 to 1 x square f of x plus 1 to 2 x square f of x. So between 0 to 1 f of x is x because x less than 0 to 1, 1 to 2, sorry. Between 1 to 2, it is x minus 1. So 0 to 1, sorry, this is directly x cube, integral is x power 4 by 4. Yes, 0 to 1. X square into x cube, integral is x power 4 by 4. X square integral is x cube by 3 from 1 to. This will come 1 by 4 minus 0. This one, when I put 2, I'll get 4 minus 8 by 2. When I put 1, 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4. 1 by 4 plus 4 minus 8 by 3 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Let us simplify anyway. 1 by 4 getting cancelled. 4 minus 7 by 2. So this is 12, 5 by 2. Okay, this is a fairly simple question because the function definition is changing at 1. Obviously, you have to break at 1. Just substitute and all are simple polynomials you can easily implement. All right, 69. Okay, 71. I'm directly splitting the question 3 parts. So 0 to 3 mod x dx plus 0 to 3 mod x minus 1 dx plus 0 to 3 mod x minus 2 dx. If you have 0 to 3, this plus this, I'm splitting it. If I have to find this answer, where I need to break the integral? Anybody?
2,
If I want to find this, yes. And for this, where I have to split the integral?
1.
1.
Yeah. So you have to split by 1, split at 2. This is not required between 0 to 3 to first. Okay. Apart from that, I want to show from the figure how to find these integrals. I'll do by both integration and the areas kind of thing. Mod x minus 2 is a V shape like this. Okay. All of you know mod x graph, mod x minus 1 is horizontal shift by 1 unit, mod x minus 2 v shape is horizontal shift by 2 units. This is a graph of mod x minus 2. The area under that between 0 to 3. So there is 3 here. This is 0, this is 3. This area, this total area under the curve up to x-axis is given by the definite integration. Now, what is that area from figure only you can tell? This is 2 units, this is 2 units, this is 1 unit, this is 1 unit. What is the area of this triangle? Half into 2 into 2, which is 2 units. Okay, this is half into 1 into 1. Half into 1 into 1, here half into 2 into 2. This is 2 and that is half. We'll get 5 by 2. If you want this, also will come 5 by 2, but another way. What is that? Here 0 is here and 3 is here. This is 1 unit, this is 2 units. This is 1 comma 0. This is also 2 units, this is also 1 unit. Sorry. This is mod x minus 1 graph. I want area under the curve between 0 to 3. I want this and this. This area will be 1 by 2 and that area will be 2. Again, it will be 5 by 2. This one is simple mod x graph. I want between 0 and 3 simple triangle with base 3 and height 3, half into 3 into 3. So we'll get 9 by 2 plus 5 by 2 plus 5 by 2. 5 by 2 plus 5 by 2 is 5, it will be 19. Once you understand, if you know the graphs thoroughly, it will be very quick. We don't have to write much. Directly you can write down. Okay, if you don't want to do from the graph, our usual method. First one is as it is 0 to 3 x dx because it is positive. Second one, I have to write 0 to 1 mod x minus 1 dx. 1 to 3 mod x minus 1 dx. Next is 0 to 2 mod x minus 2 dx plus 2 to 3 mod x minus 2 dx. This one is integration is x square by 2 with 0 to 3. This one is 0 to 1. Between 0 to 1, x minus 1 is negative, so I have to write minus of x minus 1. Between 1 to 3, x minus 1 is positive. So I have to write x minus 1 dx. Here, between 0 to 2 is negative, so 0 to 2 minus of x minus 2 dx. And between 2 to 3 it is positive, so plus x minus 2 dx. Integrate all of them, we will get it. So this is 9 by 2. This is minus x square by 2 plus x from 0 to. This is x square by 2 minus x from 1 to 3. So this will be minus x square by 2 plus 2x from 0 to 3. X square by 2 minus 2x from 2 to 3. Okay, I'm sure if you understand this is more quick, but here it's not complication, just you have to find all of them. And is everybody clear? Method 1 and method 2 both?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we have to discuss some more formulas here. Anybody still copying from the board? Okay, let us discuss one more formula. Integral, I don't know whatever is the number we give. Integral 0 to 2a f of x dx is equal to integral 0 to a f of x plus f of 2a minus x. Now that will have two cases within that. 2 times 0 to a f of x dx. If f of 2a minus x is same as f of x equal to 0 if f of 2a minus x equal to minus f of x. This is somewhat like even and odd, not exactly. We don't call these are even and odd. What is that? First of all, from here to here, we have to prove it. But once that is proved, the next two are is very easy. Once this one is proved, the next two are very easy. If f of 2a minus x is same as f of x, as this says, f of x plus f of x will be 2 f of x, that 2 is this. If f of 2a minus x is minus f of x, these two will cancel, we'll get 0. Okay. So basically replace x with 2a, that upper limit minus x. If we get back the original function, this is a formula. If we get negative of the original function, this. If it is not negative, not same, something else, you can leave it like that or you can use this formula. Okay. We don't use this so often, but from this only these are derived. That's why I'm writing this. Otherwise, this is simply replacing x with 2a minus x and adding, but of course limits are different. Okay. But we may not use that often, but we'll use these two. First of all, okay, this is a formula, whatever number formula. Proof. 0 to 2a f of x dx can be written as 0 to a f of x dx plus a to 2a f of x. Writing at e. First one I don't want to change. The second one alone, I want to take x as 2a minus t as 2a minus x, dx is equal to minus dt, and when x is a, t is equal to a, and when x is 2a, t is equal to 0. So this is going to be 0 to a f of x dx plus when x is a, t is a, when x is 2a, t is 0. F of x became f of 2a minus t and dx became minus t. I can, okay, I change the limits. Put x equal to a, 2a minus a is a. When I put x equal to 2a, 2a minus 2 is 0. That's how limits have changed. I can use this minus to interchange these two. So 0 to a f of x dx plus 0 to a f of 2a minus t dt. Whether t or x or y doesn't matter in definite integration. So I can write this as 0 to a f of x dx plus 0 to a f of 2a minus x dx. I am not putting t as this back. I am just writing in the place of t any variable, why not x like that. Now when I add these two, it is 0 to a f of x plus f of 2a minus x. That is exactly this. One, this is proved, these are already built in. If this and this are equal to f of x will come. If this is negative of this, 0. So how do you use the formula? Wherever x, when 0 to a is there, or 0 to 2a, wherever x is there, we write 2a minus x and see whether that is coming back to original function or negative of that, then we'll use. If it is not coming same as original function or negative, then don't have to worry, we have to look for something else. Has everyone understood this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please copy this. Everybody should try to complete all even numbers up to 72 by tomorrow. I'll discuss doubts tomorrow. And all of you can complete up to 72 by tomorrow. Already I've done up to 40. Up to 70 means another 16 questions. That's it. And anyway, today we must be trying 8 to 10 questions. Okay, I'm going to erase. Does anybody need more time? Okay, the same formula. It's not that the power should be 2a. Basically, it's anything. So I want to write same formula and almost same with a slightly different thing. Instead of 2a, I want to write a. 0 to a f of x dx can be written as 0 to a by 2 f of x plus f of a minus x, which is equal to 2 times 0 to a by 2 f of x dx if f of a minus x equal to f of x equal to 0 if f of a minus x is minus f of x. Earlier 2a, now a, that's all, everything same. In the place of x, you write a minus x, then it is 0 to a by 2 half of this, one time f of x, one time f of a minus x. We might not use this so much, not important. But these two, when you replace x with a minus x, if you get same as original function, we write like this. When you replace x with a minus x, we get negative of original function, it is g. Graphically, what is the explanation for this? When you replace x with a minus x, also the same means the graph is symmetrical at about a by 2. For this, the graph is symmetrical about a by 2. Somewhat. Any shape doesn't matter, but this is 0, this is a, this is a by 2. Why? If you take f of x is equal to f of a minus x, why should I tell that it should be symmetrical about a by 2? It's very simple. Take x is equal to a plus t. Wherever x is there, right? Sorry, a by 2 plus t. What will happen to LHS? What will happen to RHS? It is f of a by 2 plus t. And I substitute here and cancel it with a by 2 minus t. What is this? From a by 2, if you go t units forward, or 2 units backward, your value is same. You take 2 units forward, 2 units backward, same height. That means about a by 2 is symmetrical or not? I'm explaining when f of a minus x is f of x, why the graph should be symmetrical at a by 2, because this can be replaced like this. F of a by 2 plus t is same as f of a by 2 minus t. Once it is symmetrical, if I want this area on the curve, I can take only this area and double it. That is the graphical explanation from here to there. Is everybody relate to this graphical explanation? Samuel, is it clear? Okay. You are saying yes, your voice is not audible. It's okay, not a problem. Roshni, you understood this graphical explanation for the second one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 0, how to explain? What is this f of a minus x equal to minus f of x? When you take x is equal to a by 2 plus t here, it is f of a by 2 minus t is minus f of a by 2 plus t. Further, the graph will be somewhat like this. This is a by 2, this is 0, this is 0. Whatever values it has after a by 2, the values before a by 2 are negative of that. F of a by 2 minus t. From a by t, go 2 units backward, 2 units forward. The value here, they have opposite sign. So, if this is below x-axis, this is above x-axis, and how much area here? Same area. But area above x-axis in integration become positive. Area is positive, but when you take a by 2 to a, integration become negative. Both are same, they'll cancel. One is positive, one is negative, will get 0. Okay. So here both are of same area, that is same sign. Here both are of same area, but opposite sign in account integration, they cancel. So that is a graphical explanation for this. Please write this also, including the graphical explanation. Dhanush, understood this graphical explanation? Basically, in the second case, based on taking x as a by 2 plus t, we proved a by 2 plus t you take or a by 2 minus t you take, the values are same. So the graph is symmetrical about x equal to a by 2. How much area is there in the here? Same area. So the total area here will be double of this. That is this. Whereas in this case, f of a by 2 minus t is minus f of a by 2 plus t. From a by t, if you go 2 units forward, the value will be negative of and a by 2 before t, whatever is the value. And the one above x-axis integration will come positive and the below will come negative. Even though these two are of same area, integration wise one is positive, one is negative, they cancel out, will get 0. Okay, is everybody clear about this formula? All right. So those who want to know how to use this in the questions, how this formula can be useful, then they can attend tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you. We're ending the class.